this is really a comment. Love the show, Ian. I got into Howard Marks and Benjamin Graham because of you. Must read for investors. Thanks. Thank you. I mean, those two are great books. I definitely prefer the books by Howard Marks, I would say. So for those who don't know, Howard Marks is a value investor. So he's basically in the same camp as Warren Buffett. You basically have the traders and the value investors, people that invest with a long term, with a long time horizon. So people investing typically for the next 3 years to 10 years, but at minimum over 1 year. So meaning that at least here in America, they want to get long-term capital gains, right? So they aren't looking to do day trade or swing trading. And his book, The Most Important Thing, is probably the best investment book I've read. And that's not hyperbole. I mean, I read a lot. I'm going through probably 2 to 4 books a month, mainly audiobooks. And so far, I would say The Most Important Thing by Howard Marks is the best and the most complete investing book I've read. I've also read The Intelligent Investor. I've read The Intelligent Asset Allocator and a bunch of other books. But in terms of bringing together all the principles of investing, that's probably the book I highly recommend. I mean, to a point, I actually gave that book to my brother who just finished his freshman year in college, and because he wants to learn investing. So I bought him that book. Highly recommend that book. I know Bill, on the other hand, also recommends, what's that book? The Stock Operator?
Right. Well, there's Reminiscence of a Stock Operator, and then there's William Gann's Truth the Stock Tape.
All right. So speaking of Gantt, what's behind you there, Bill?
Right. So we've got a new backdrop. So I keep charts of crypto, Bitcoin and Ethereum by hand on graph paper. So, some people paint, some people meditate. I actually plot bar charts of what's going on in Ethereum and Bitcoin. And I decided to tack up. The Ethereum chart is actually so big. That's actually that version behind me is folded in half. So wow. I folded it in half and then threw some crypto art. One of them was joined by a friend. One of them I bought at a conference. So for me, I know that Token Metrics, this makes me a dinosaur kind of in the Token Metrics universe, but sometimes plotting it by hand is the best way to get a grip on what's going on, right? When you draw it, you see it, you feel it. So that's what's in the back.
So speaking of that, I've just pulled up here your Twitter post about 4 hours ago, where you posted your hand-drawn charts. So they're called Gann charts, correct?
Right. Yes. William Gann was the analyst who plotted these charts and came up with the strategy based on them.
Yeah, I mean, this is incredible. So if you aren't following Bill already, please do go to @crypto_noble to watch more of his hand-drawn charts. I mean, it's definitely unique, and he's doing this in crypto. So nobody is doing this in crypto that I know of. All right. I mean, and this is getting some attention, and I think some posts of yours have gone viral. Right. So it's pretty cool.
It's I'm not like some big influencer or anything, but what's starting to happen is it's like, every time I do a post, I'm picking up like 50 new people. Right. I know that's not earth shattering for social media, but for me it is. So.
But no, I mean, compound interest, right? Compound growth.
Yeah. No, it could blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bitcoin tech's at 13K. I think it might blow up.
Yeah. They'll be like, this guy was doing hand-drawn drawings of Bitcoin going to the moon and beyond.
Right. So you're right. Nobody's doing it on Twitter. People are like mesmerized by, that's why it's like, you see, I'm like subconsciously pushing it when I'm always got the pencil going on the show. So
now could you kind of maybe explain to people like kind of more detail in terms of how you actually draw the lines by hand? Because it may seem like rocket science to some people.
Okay. Well, I mean, you've seen a regular bar chart on, say, TradingView, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I draw, I'll just take the high, and that's a tick, and then I draw the line, and then I make a tick for the low. So it's different than what you see on candlesticks or, a regular bar chart, right? I just draw the high and the low, and then what I do is I draw angles because it's actually on graph paper. So, Gann, instead of like making trend lines by connecting 2 points, he drew angles coming off certain critical points, right? Now, the subjective part is picking the critical points, but frequently when you have angles and they intersect, and I have other indicators about timing that, I mean, Gann drew these things for like whole universes of stocks. You know, the guy just worked endlessly. But he made $50 million trading during the Depression.
Wow.
That's 19. That's not. Somebody one day will do the math on what 50 million in 1929 was worth. He made so much money that he just hung out and wrote books.
Yeah, he was like, "I'm done drawing."
Right. I'm done drawing. Yeah. And you know, some of his mathematics, like Gann was also data science before data science. I've got another tool that I won't even show you, but he got some of the mathematics from tables of numbers found on Egyptian pyramid and Hindu temple walls.
That's crazy.
Pretty spooky, right? So yes, the Gann universe is really interesting. I know that there's a ton of people in crypto using Gann. I just happen to go on Twitter and take a picture and post it. The rest is, you're right. Post.
Well, I mean, that's why here at Token Metrics, we try to bring you the best, right? The best across the world, whether it's machine learning or hand-drawn drawings in TA.
Right. Nobody, not even anybody investment banks has got AI and a guy with a pencil. No one's got that. Nobody.
All right. With that being said, let's go back to the AMA.